Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And this morning, I'm going to dive further into the defense of our Second Amendment and facing the rhetoric in the light of the horrible tragedy that's happening in Maine. There seems to be a pattern, and you guys know it just as well as I do, that every time a tragedy occurs, there's immediately running to the rhetoric that is more and more extreme against our gun rights. Well, we're kind of sick of it. So now I'm going to start addressing these things directly. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one. And please send this one out to start countering these narratives they're putting out if you agree with the message. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on to help spread freedom daily. We'd love to have you along for the ride. Let me tell you about this giveaway really quickly, and then we're going to hit. My brothers and sisters, I am excited to bring you what I think is the biggest giveaway that I've ever seen on this channel, and it's brought to you by Vanish holsters. Now, Vanish holsters is made for the everyday American concealed carry patriot, not the upper echelons of the gun world. We're talking somebody who wants to have a gun, have it be comfortably stored, and safely stored to protect themselves and those that they love. This is the most comfortable holster that you're ever going to wear. This is a 48-inch belt that fits universally to anybody, and it's completely ambidextrous. It has a no stink material, and it fits up to a 46-inch waist. This is something that you're going to want to check out. Look at this. They are launching the biggest giveaway I have ever had on this channel. They are giving one of you this incredible Jeep Gladiator and $25,000 worth of gold thanks to Vanish. To enter, all you have to do is click the link in the description and get yourself the most comfortable holster you've ever worn, and Vanish is hooking you up. Get $40 off now when you use my link in the description box below. All right, my brothers and sisters, we've got to dive into something that Karine Jean-Pierre, the spokesperson of the White House, said in her statement from the Biden administration around gun rights. And I want to dive into a bunch of things here. And one of the most important pieces and aspects of this is the fight that we have to engage upon for our rights to the next generation requires a poised response, a concise response, and a delicate response. This right here is rhetoric on the extreme left. We're going to counter right now and put this message out to defend our gun rights. So, with that said, make sure you join secondpress.co. It's linked in the description box below. We are about to flip on the machine. This is the very beginning stages to spread a network of Second Amendment rights forward. Check it out. It's in the description box below and completely free to sign up. And again, it's right down there. All right. So first, let me get into this issue with Karine Jean-Pierre. Of course, this is coming from Maine. This should never happen. My thoughts and prayers are with everyone involved, and I want this to stop. The way they're going about this is not the way, and that's what we're addressing.
This is not normal. We cannot accept this. There have been literally hundreds of mass shootings in the last year alone, leaving empty seats at dinner tables across the country, and leaving those who survive these heinous acts both physically and mentally scarred. And while we have made progress since the president signed the bipartisan Safer Communities Act into law, much more must be done. And the president has been clear that executive action alone is just not enough. As the vice president who oversees the newly established Office of Gun Violence and Prevention, stated during today's state luncheon,
All right. This type of manipulation and, to be honest, dishonesty cannot stand. So we're gonna answer it right now. She comes out and opens the gate and says there's been hundreds of mass shootings in the United States this year alone. That is not correct. That is not accurate. Let me tell you why. They are going off of something from the Gun Violence Archive. The Gun Violence Archive is a leftist organization, a spinoff of Slate Magazine, which is a further leftist group. The entire point is they mischaracterize existing crimes and they reclassify them as mass shootings, which waters down the terrible events that we see right now, which need to be stopped. I cannot reiterate that enough. This is not acceptable. I do agree with that point. This is not normal. We should stop it. I agree. Completely concur. Lying to people to manipulate them out of their rights is not the correct answer. Now, she said, I guess, like I told you, 100 different mass shootings. They reclassify gang violence. They reclassify rolling street battles between groups of people as mass shootings. If someone rolls up in a drive-by shooting, Gun Violence Archive, of which they're basing that number off of, counts that as a mass shooting. It's not a mass shooting, it's gang violence. If two gangs are fighting, and they shoot at each other, if more than 3 people have an injury, it's a mass shooting. They're manipulating the definition of mass shooting to give you a more manipulated number, to give you a higher emotional response in order to give up your rights. That's wrong, not down. The other thing that really bothers me about this first part of this clip, because there's 2 pieces I'm going to hit, she goes into the idea that the Bipartisan Safe Communities Act was the most amazing gun control act that's ever existed, but it's not good enough. Can't be both. So you can't say we're going to have executive actions that just don't go far enough. Now Congress needs to ban something, which they are manipulating the people in the middle and on the left to believing that that's actually possible. Because even if you ban something through some congressional bill, the president signs it into law, it's blatantly unconstitutional. Blatantly. It's easy. Common use, you can't do that. The interstate commerce clause, you can't do that. The seizing and taking of property, you also can't do that. There's many reasons why this can't happen, but they still go down the road of getting their followers all riled up on Twitter, on Facebook, on everywhere from a standpoint of a lie. That's the first clip I've got for you. Now, the second one, let me just show you this little bad boy, this little gem, because she goes a step further, again, based on false, let me say that nicely, based on a misrepresentation of fact, okay?
It doesn't have to be this way. As our friends in Australia have demonstrated, again, it does not have to be this way. It's within Congress's power to pass legislation that will make our streets safer, that will make our communities safer, that will make our schools safer. The House has a new speaker who he said he's ready to get to work and to find common ground. Now is the time. Now is the time to find common ground. Let's work together to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Let's work together to enact universal background checks, require safe storage of guns, and keep guns out of the hands of criminals and dangerous individuals who have no business being armed with a weapon of war. The president will continue to do everything in his power to protect the American people, to protect our communities, to protect our children. And we urge congressional Republicans to come to the table, if there truly is common ground at this time.
This one's kind of maddening, to be quite honest with you, but I'm going to show you what she just did. She leads with common ground. We want to find common ground. It's my common ground, but we want to find common ground. This is the exact same people who have resisted any type of funding for mental illness. They resisted any type of hardening for schools because it's not serious. The exact same senators who get on the well of the Senate and they say, just do something. The president, just do something. What about funding for mental health? No, that's not something. Okay, so what's something? What's the common ground? Well, the common ground is banning ARs and banning magazines and the requirement of safe storage laws and all of these different leftist wet dream ideals. Well, that's not common ground. That's your ground. So when you say come to common ground, but then you only present the side of the aisle that you're on, it's not really common ground. You're pushing your ideal with the air of common ground, which is disgusting. Second thing, you want to go into Australia. Well, Australia, the example that she just utilized as a perfect example, banned these guns and then confiscated all of these guns. Again, unconstitutional, cannot be done. The Congress does have the ability to pass laws. The judiciary also has the ability to strike down those laws because it's blatantly unconstitutional, but they won't tell you that. The manipulation that we're talking about, and then the political pressure to put on the new speaker for common ground is untenable. These people are utilizing tragedy to present solutions that have no chance under the guise of common ground and commonality, all while presenting their own standards and having no meat in the middle whatsoever. Still trying to gain the high ground of saying we just want to do something, but rejecting everything except what they want. Understand, that's what this is. And it's frustrating, and I'm going to be honest, there's going to be a lot of videos coming y'all's way, probably more than usual, because we're going to fight this. We're going to align our entire network, Katie's channel, my channel, and Second Legacy, to fighting these type of rhetoric responses. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know if I landed that plane, and I will see you on the next one. Everything is linked. Thanks for stopping by.